Hello, everyone, and welcome to another, hopefully for everyone, exciting episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. It is Sunday, it is 2 o'clock, and that means that we have another episode of the David Hittle Show from yours truly, David Hittle. This episode, as with all the episodes, are brought to you by United Real Estate Louisville. Because of them, I am a realtor and they keep me successful. They keep me driving between the lines. So today we are going to talk about the truths that home buyers need to hear. But before we get started this evening, we are coming to you live from Facebook. Facebook Live. Technology is working today, so we will go with it. And here on YouTube, if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do so here on the YouTube video by clicking in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, that subscribe button. You will be subscribed and be notified whenever I'm about to go do a video, and you'll be notified whenever I post a video of grand tour or anything that I'm doing. Those type of things usually are not planned, and we just go with the flow on those type of videos. So you will want to be well aware that it is about to happen. If you're here on Facebook, you can comment live. I'll be able to see those. I'll be able to say hi. I'll be able to wave. I do that every so often. And you can also comment here on the YouTube portion as well. If you haven't visited my website, please do so. That website is www.shopkentuckyhomes.com. All one word, as is all URLs and all websites. So you can go check that out today as well. But let's get started today with the truths that home buyers need to hear. So, as you're probably aware, there are a ton of myths involved in purchasing a home. There's a lot of people who have a lot of advice. There's a lot of people that have a lot of suggestions. Some are good, some are bad. But there are also a lot of myths and untruths out there that may be causing you or someone you know by chance to not purchase a home because they think they just can't do it. They can't afford it. They don't have enough down payment. They don't have enough credit. They don't have enough whatever. So we're going to try to dispel some of those things today. And these are truths. These are the truths that home buyers need to hear. So for many first-time home buyers, purchasing a home can feel intimidating. It can feel scary. It can feel maddening in some cases. It can definitely feel frustrating. A recent survey shows that home buyers aged 25 to 40 may still be unsure about the home buying process and what they can afford. That survey found that 1 in 4 underestimated their buying potential by $150,000 or more. 1 in 4 underestimated the increase in value of a home by $100,000 or more. And 47% did not know what a good interest rate was. And those are all really big things to think about, because in today's real estate market, the prices of homes are increasing. They are going up. Homes are appreciating at a really, really good clip. So if a potential home buyer doesn't know exactly what they can afford or what their buying power is, that is going to limit their ability and my ability to help get them into a home that is suitable for them and fits their needs today. 1 in 4 underestimate the increase in value of the home. So think about here in the Louisville, Kentucky market between 2019 and 2020, we saw an increase in home prices of almost 10%. 10%. So if you had bought it's just amazing. 10% increase. Now, the experts are predicting that that is not going to keep occurring. They are estimating nationwide an 8% increase this year, and then that increase percentage is still going to keep going up, but the percentage increase is going to go down. And then finally, 47% don't know what a good interest rate is. And that's something that they need to be aware of, that everyone needs to be aware of, because back in, say, my parents' generation, around the times they were buying homes, interest rates were averaging 10, 15%. And today's home buyers are seeing interest rates below 3%. So a huge difference from where it was in my parents' generation and likely your parents' generation as well. Because of the uncertainty, many home buyers have just given up on their search, or worse, they've decided home buying just isn't for them and never get started on their journey to begin with. So, the effect of that is that we have a lot of home buyers who can't afford to buy a home. They have the funds to buy a home. They have the means to buy a home. They have the income to buy a home. But instead of doing that, because they're uncertain of what is going on, they're uncertain of what the values are, what they can afford, et cetera, they rent instead. And one thing is almost 100% certain when it comes to renting is that your rent is going to increase every year. And that is one major reason why you should own your own home. So, if you're interested in buying but are not sure where to begin, you've come to the right place. That's what I'm here for. Here are 3 key concepts about home ownership that you should understand before you get started. So, here's the things you should know before you get started. What you need to know about down payments. Okay. So last week on the show, I talked about how mortgages in the past, it used to be you had to put down 50% in order to get a mortgage. That was back in the 50s, early 40s and 30s. In those times, you had to have 50% of the home's value to put down in order to own a home. That's just crazy. The myth nowadays is that you have to have 20% to put down on a home in order to purchase a home. That is a myth. It's simply not the case. Now, is it good? Yes. If you could put down 50%, if you could put down 20%, if you could put down 10%, that is great. That is really good. It gets you equity before you've even moved into the home. But saving for the down payment is sometimes viewed as the biggest obstacle for home buyers, but it doesn't have to be the case. Freddie Mac, who's one of the government's big semi governmental organizations that deals with mortgages, says that the most damaging Down payment myth, since it stops the home buying process before it has even started, is the belief that 20% is necessary. 20% as a down payment is not necessary. It is good. It's a great way to go, but it is not necessary. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median down payment for homes purchased between July of 2019 and June of 2020 was only 12%. And that number is even lower when we control for age. So for buyers in the 22 to 30 age range, the median down payment was only 6%. So that myth is a big one. If you are thinking, oh my gosh, I have to save up for a down payment for a home, but home prices are only going up. And as soon as I get what I think I need for a 20% down payment, the prices of homes goes up and I can't keep up, and they give up. They use that money and go buy a car. That does not increase in value. So the down payment myth is one of the biggest. And again, the median down payment for 2019 to 2020 was only 12%. The median down payment for us younger people was only 6%. So take that into account when you're thinking about purchasing a home. You do not have to have 20% as a down payment. If you do, great. But if you don't, you can still afford and you can still purchase a home. Number two is you may be able to afford more home than you think. And this is where a pre-approval comes in. With every buyer that I communicate with, or every potential home buyer that I'm communicating with, I ask them if they have been pre-approved for a home loan. Not only does the pre-approval from a lender give us an idea of what your budget is towards your home, but it also lets you know that a third party is willing to give you X amount of money towards your home purchase. And that's great. That is what you need. So, getting pre approved, not only is it good for you, but it's also good for the seller. It lets the home seller know that you are covered. It lets the home seller know that you are qualified. It lets the home seller know that you are eligible to purchase their home, which is great. So I 100% encourage you, if you are going to be purchasing a home or wanting to purchase a home in the near future, to get pre-approved. And this is, let's see, who is this? National Association of Realtors again. The National Association of Realtors says that many young adults are underestimating how much they need for home ownership. The survey finds that millennials underestimated how much home they could afford right now, how much interest they would pay over a 30-year mortgage, and how much home values are appreciating on average over 10 years. So, knowing this information, knowing how much home you can afford when starting the buying process is critical and could be the game changer for you. And then with that information, you will also know what type of down payment you actually really need to save up for, which is great. So if you know what your budget is and you know how much you can afford towards your next house, you can then have a number in mind on what type of down payment you are going to need for that home, or what type of down payment you want to put down on that home. Again, the bigger is better because you're adding equity to your home before you've even moved in. But it is not necessary that you put down a ginormous down payment. Good, not necessary. Number three is home ownership will become less affordable the longer you wait. And that's what I was speaking about earlier. Earlier, we talked about how between 2019 and 2020, here in Louisville, just here in our city, the prices, the home values have increased about 10%. Again, that number is the appreciation rate is going to be going down, but home values are going to continue to stay on the rise because we have incredibly high home buyer demand and incredibly low housing inventory. So with mortgage interest rates predicted to rise, your home prices are also predicted to rise. Putting off buying a home could cost you much more later on down the road. Sam Catter, the chief economist at Freddie Mac, says that as the economy progresses and inflation remains elevated, we expect that rates will continue to rise in the second half of the year. So this hasn't happened yet. I told earlier in this year they were predicting a 3.3% as the average mortgage interest rate for 2021. That has held low. We hit 2.9% this week. So 3.3 is what is predicted as the average. We may not hit that average, but mortgage interest rates cannot fall much more than they already are. We already hit the record low ever at the beginning of the year, which was 2.65%. It has only gone up and stayed higher than that since then. So mortgage interest rates are not going to be falling to record lows again, more than likely. Not with demand, not with the summer selling season. There's just way too much activity going on for mortgage interest rates to fluctuate down at a rapid pace. Again, most experts forecast that interest rates will rise in the months ahead, and even the smallest increase can influence your buying power. It will affect your buying power. So if you've been on the fence about buying a home, there is no time like the present. And that is absolutely the case. So the bottom line in all this is this. If you are like a lot of home buyers right now and you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling frustrated, you lack patience, you just don't know. You're overwhelmed by the prospect of starting your home search. You are not alone. Trust me at that, you are not. But what I can do to help is that I will educate you and guide you and teach you throughout the entire process. If you have any questions, I am here to help you with those, whether you're my client or not. Ask me any questions you want, and I will be certain to answer them as quickly as I can. This is an important step in your life. It's a big milestone in everyone's life, the purchasing of a home. Don't just allow anyone to help you with that. You want someone on your team, you want someone on your side who is going to shoot you straight and who is not going to fill your head with these myths and with false information just to get a check. You can be sure that's not me. I am a realtor with the heart of a teacher, and I will guide you through the entire process. And win or lose, we will stick it out and we will eventually make it happen. So if you are interested in purchasing a home, maybe you own a home now and you need to sell it, please visit my website at Shopkentuckyhomes, all one word.com, and explore the homes that are in our market and connect with me about getting a free home valuation. I love doing home valuations, and I would love to provide you with a value for your home so that we can see what type of equity, what type of profit, what type of down payment you can make on your next home. Until next Sunday, my name is David Hittle. I'm a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville, and I thank you for watching. And until next Sunday, let's see, it'll be the 18th. Moving right along. Until then, I thank you all for watching. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you then. Same time, same place. Have a great day.